Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of my Nosferatu painting that I started maybe a month or so ago, and I figured, you know what, it's Halloween, well, currently Halloween right now, and I figured why not do the second part since it's been a little bit, and I take on way too many projects at once. And if you want to check out the first part of this video, just go take a look at the link. I'll have it in the description down below. Anyway, if you don't know who I am a horror, dark fantasy, and erotic pinup artist. I've been doing this for about 20 years, on and off in the industry for magazines, comics, album covers, record labels, all that kind of stuff. A lot of what I do, I probably can't show on YouTube unless I put heavy censorship on my videos, since it's really not for the kids, and I don't feel like making a lot of my videos age restricted. Anyway, let's get back to it. When I left off the last painting, I hated what I did with the teeth. I couldn't stand it, so I went ahead and redrew the teeth. I forgot to record that part of me drawing this new set of teeth, but here we are. You can see me painting them in. I do everything, and I mean everything, starting off with when I do grayscale, gray tone, with dodge and burn. That's literally it. I just use dodge and burn for everything, and my color layers are on separate layers, obviously, but I use like, I'll say color dodge, overlay, that kind of stuff. Anyway, I'll get to that when I start doing the coloring, probably in the next video. But here, there are parts I still don't like, and being a horror artist, what I do is I cheat. No, I don't use AI. That's not even cheating. That's just not drawing. I cover stuff in blood and gore, so if there's sections I don't like on a drawing when it's horror related, I just draw blood, loose meat, nasty bits. So that'll be in a video after this one. But with this right here, I realized when I started this drawing, I didn't know what I wanted it to be. I was just drawing some kind of zombie type creature because at the time I didn't really have any commissions. I was finished up with all my current projects, and when I'm bored, I like to just draw random monsters. Well, I saw the trailer for the Nosferatu remake and decided, you know what? I can totally repurpose this to be a vampire drawing. So that's what it's become. And right here, what you're watching me do is, because I didn't originally know that I was going to be drawing a vampire, I kind of added this ear in after the fact. It's a separate layer using the same neutral gray tone as the rest of the painting, and just like everything else I'm doing on this, I'm just using dodge and burn. That's it. Burn for the highlights, almost like shading with the pencil or charcoal, but digitally. So you still definitely need to have basic skills knowing how to use a pencil or a pen, because this is done with Bamboo, Intuos, Wacom, whatever the company's called, tablet, and I'm just shading with burn for shading and dodge for highlights, and kind of just going over the lines, basic drawing. It's when people tell you that digital drawing is so much different than traditional art, in a ways it is, because what I'm looking at is a computer screen, but what my hand is doing is kind of independent, so I'm not looking at my hand while I'm drawing, but I still have to have the hand-eye coordination to actually be able to draw. So it is the same thing. It's literally drawing. It's no different. So for all you digital artists out there, don't let any traditional artist tell you that digital art can't be art. it's I'm literally drawing with a pen tablet the way I would with the pencil here. You don't really get too much flack for that nowadays, especially with the advent of AI, and now they're coming into our territory acting like they're artists. Oh man. But yeah, basically just drawing over my layer, my main base layer, which is the vampire skull, and adding in that ear, which I wanted to give it some personality, just not be so flat. And in order to blend it in, I'm using the blend tool. I think it's the smudge tool. I'm sorry, yeah, I'm using the smudge tool just to kind of smudge the shape of the ear around to get it to flow into the muscle. And then once it's all said and done, I'll just combine layers because I don't plan on doing anything with the ear afterwards. But as far as adding in stuff after the fact, I do that with a lot of my art. I'll draw something on a base layer, and then I'll get an idea later on like, oh, I wanted to add fangs, or I wanted to add horns, or I wanted to add wings, or a tail, or whatever it is. It doesn't mean that I have to redraw the entire thing again. All I have to do is draw another layer on top of it, and just start drawing. So maybe it's a little bit cheating, but it's still fucking drawing. Every artist has their own process, and this is just part of my process. Speaking of which, part of my creation process is I like expectation. What I mean by that is when you look at something, say, like, well, a vampire, there's an expectation to see things like pale skin, elongated canines, and some kind of gothic type monster design. Now, you don't need all of those things, but there's certain nuances that can tell a viewer what kind of character they're looking at. There's a lot of ways to approach character design. For me, really, it's knowing how to convey an idea in a new way that still feels familiar. So you can still take old cliches and tropes, but put an original twist on it. Now, part of the excuse, the poor excuse, that generative AI users say is that all art steals ideas, so it's okay for them to steal ideas, and what they make is real art, because there is no original art. Now, that's bullshit. Like, take, for example, this ear that I added. I got the idea from Underworld. I think it was a character, Marcus, in Underworld Evolution. Like, oh, he's got some pretty cool design there. The ears, the fangs, the wings, and everything. I thought he was an awesome character design, and I even liked the movie. I liked Underworld Evolution Part 2. Now, I'm not full-on copying Underworld, since I am literally winging it here, not knowing really what I'm going to do next. But that's the beauty about art. Art is a process, not a fucking list of prompts. It's seeing your creation, whatever idea you have, come to life, and sometimes the idea that you have to start with isn't the idea that you're going to have when you finish. It's about the journey you go through when you're creating a piece of art. Typing in a bunch of words and pumping out an image within 20 seconds just because you had an idea doesn't make it fucking art. Sorry, that's just not how it works. I don't consider myself a culinary expert because I can read a goddamn menu at a drive-thru. Yeah, let me get a number 5, easy on the ice, go large on the fries. Wow, look at this awesome meal that I just generated. That is not how it fucking works. Art's a little bit different. Art's about the process. Now, I can argue all day and night about what is or isn't art, but I will argue that AI is not fucking art. So, anyway, let's get back to the drawing. So, where was I? Oh, I'm working on the neck here. So, here you can see how Man, sorry about that. I go on these little rants at times. Anyway, you can see I'm working on the neck and I'm doing some muscle. I want to do some exposed muscle tissue here since, again, part of the character design process, I wasn't sure where I was going to go with this, but the farther along I get in a drawing, painting, whatever you want to call it, digital art, I just call it a painting, even though I'm not using actual paints. Whatever, don't care. Pick a term. But I started to have a much better idea where I was going to go with this. I already had these kind of bony chest plates in place because I wanted whatever this creature was to look like it had like it was made out of organic armor. And oh no, I stole the idea. I took inspiration from oh god, what are they? They're enemies. They're in oh god, they're in all the Doom games. I forgot what they're actually called. They're the like 7-foot tall, red armored rocket skeleton demon things. The rocket shoulder boost enemies. Anyway, they kind of had to look like that, but I didn't want any artificial robotic parts on this. I wanted everything still to look organic. If you see a lot of my art or look at a lot of my art, I don't do a lot of armor, robotic, cybernetic stuff. I really, really like doing like open anatomy. What I mean by open anatomy is like bones, exposed muscle, veins, either ripped open skin or even translucent skin. Like here, for example, it's a vampire, and I figured, it's the little details that give artwork, drawings, its personality. So, what if he had this kind of, or whatever this creature is, had this like kind of blood sac sort of like node on the side of its neck where it kind of collects and filters out whatever it drinks off whatever victim it has. I don't know, just simple things here and there. It doesn't have to have complete full function, but it's got a cool form, and that's kind of what I'm going for here. That's just kind of me winging it. And again, I got the spine in the back, but I didn't want to make it too like exposed bone. I wanted it to look like maybe rotting flesh over the bone. Again, just playing with design here. Same with you'll notice kind of like how I approach my videos when I do this. I jump around a lot because when I get stuck on one area, like a lot of artists do, if I'm working on a chest or an arm and I get artist block and I don't know where to go, I'll go back to a part that I kind of skipped earlier where I had previous artist block. And in this case, it was the top of its head. I wasn't sure, do I want to have more exposed bone, muscle, whatever, and I just got the idea, hey, I just want it to be kind of, I don't know, rotted, almost rotting, decrepit, covered in maybe like a thin layer of muscle with some veins in between and underneath. Make it shiny, like that kind of wet, lacquered blood look, which is eventually going to have. And yeah, this is me just drawing with no rhyme, no reason. I did not plan out anything on how the top of its head is going to look. I just started making random lines, just basically scribbling. I'm literally scribbling with the dodge and burn tool until I get shapes that I like and start going, oh, this is how it's going to look. It's kind of like that old saying, if you go to an art school, well, you'll have art professors tell you that the old masters used to let the artwork tell you what it wants to be. Listen to the painting, look. And I thought all that was bullshit when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, and even in college. I'm like, what do you mean? Let the art, like, what's a living being? It's just a fucking drawing. But now I get it. I totally get it now. So to all those teachers that I argued with, I'm sorry. I now know what you mean. It's one of those things where, yeah, sometimes you just have to start drawing without any direction, not knowing what you're really going to do, and it'll just come to life. The artwork will just kind of become what it's meant to be, as much as I hate to say it. Now, I don't approach all of my art like that, obviously. If I'm doing something for a client, if it is a specific piece, a commission, something for a company, like with album covers or graphic novels, comic covers, or I've been doing like horror novel artwork covers. I will sketch everything out. I will make sure that there is a definite goal and end piece in mind, so that way my client isn't left wondering what they're going to get, what they're paying for. I'll make sure that after we agree on an initial sketch, I send progress on the way. So every, say like 2 or 3 days, I'll send, hey, I got the prelim lighting, shading, shadows, whatever down. Now I'm moving on to details, and I'll kind of do that. So there is a definite process. But when I kind of just do stuff for fun, just for myself, I don't really have a goal. I don't really try to make anything look a specific way. And I think a lot of artists should kind of do that. Plus, it's great practice. It kind of keeps you on your toes. Not knowing exactly where I'm going to go with something, just to see, am I still creative? Do I still have the ability to come up with new ideas as I'm drawing something? Even now, this picture isn't even colored. I don't know if I'm going to add more to it or take some stuff away. Now, knowing me, I'm not going to take anything away. I'm just going to add more shit to it, like veins and blood. But yeah, that's just kind of how it goes. Anyway, this video is pretty much at its end. I hope you enjoyed it. I am going to plan on finishing up the colors for this soon, and hopefully see you guys on the next one. Take it easy.